Hey friends, it's me, Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I want to share with you what I ate in my first 10 days of Whole30, how I felt, and what my mood was like. Let's go. Okay, so today I'm gonna share with you the meals I ate in my first 10 days of Whole30. Some days I ate all 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and sometimes even threw in a small snack. And some days I only got like 2 meals. It just depends on the day, it depends on what's going on. We actually had a little bit of a emergency situation within the first 10 days of Whole30 last week. My sweet dog Judy ended up having to go in for emergency surgery, and that kind of threw everything into a tizzy. Definitely affected my mood in the first 10 days, so stay tuned. I'm gonna talk more about mood and Whole30 a little bit later in the video, but good news, sweet Judy is perfectly fine. She's getting ready to get her stitches out, but it definitely kind of throws a wrench in your plans. So it's really important to prep ahead and have ingredients on hand in your fridge so that it's easy to throw together meals and you don't have to scramble around, especially in stressful situations. That way you've got stuff ready and you don't feel the need to go out and buy something or potentially stop Whole30 just because life throws a wrench in your plans. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at these meals. So for breakfast on day 1, I had some chicken apple sausage, broccoli, scrambled eggs with hot sauce, some avocado, and a fruit cup. I've been eating a lot of fruit the last 10 days because it's in season and it's delicious. I also find if you chalk up on veggies the first meal of the day, it helps keep you full longer. For dinner, we had a grilled chicken salad with all the toppings, all the veggies, and as you can see, sweet Judy loved it too. For breakfast on day 2, we had some breakfast sausage, a little bit of fried potatoes, some avocado, and fried egg, as well as another fruit cup. For dinner that day, we had steak, some asparagus, and also something new that I tried, some mashed carrots. Yes, instead of mashed potatoes, I made mashed carrots, and oh my gosh, they were delicious. For a snack later that evening, I actually had some meatballs that I had made with a little bit of marinara sauce. I know that's a little bit of a weird snack, but I was craving something savory and it tasted delicious. All right, day 3. For breakfast, I had a little scramble with some sausage, some broccoli, and eggs and hot sauce. I also had a small fruit smoothie that morning. For lunch, I had some chicken with some stir-fried veggies and a really delicious sticky Asian sauce. It's actually a recipe from my favorite blog, Healthy Little Peach. For day 4 breakfast, this is scrambled eggs with cut up sausage and salsa that I mix all together, topped with a little bit of avocado. Might not look that great, but oh my gosh, it's so tasty, served with a little bit of fruit and of course my morning coffee. For dinner this night, we did chicken fajita kebabs. They were so good. Oh my gosh, so delicious. A great way to grill and have something fun and different with a little salad and some cauliflower rice. For the next day, this was actually Father's Day, so my 2 puppies and I were celebrating my fiance and all the wonderful things he does as a father, as I call it. So he got to have 3 meals of his choosing this day. So we did a little scramble for breakfast with both bacon and sausage. Bacon is like his love language. Some fruit there. For lunch, we actually were out in the backyard hanging out in our blow-up pool most of the day, so we had some shrimp cocktail with a little sauce that I made. It is not a cocktail sauce, it was actually a little combo of salsa and ranch dressing, which might sound weird with shrimp, but it actually tasted really good. And then for dinner, we had grilled salmon, some mashed potatoes, and roasted carrots of many colors, which is one of my favorite ways to eat carrots. All right, so for the next day, you can see I have a little scrambled eggs with bacon in there, some broccoli and avocado with my cold brew. Oh my gosh, we love making homemade cold brew. Then for my lunch/dinner, I had some of those shrimp from the other day sauteed with peppers and onions to make a little fajita shrimp situation. I added some avocado to the top. So last week I actually got the chance to go on a little 2-day getaway with 2 of my best friends to one of their parents' beach house, which was super fun, but I made sure to pack everything that I would need for the couple of days I was there. So I packed a cooler full of sparkling water, kombucha, and some unsweetened tea to have a lot of variety of beverages. I also packed all my meals, so I packed lots of chopped veggies, just some celery, cucumber, tomatoes, and carrots with some French onion dip. I also packed some chicken apple sausage with sauteed sweet potatoes and onions to help keep me full, and I had some avocados there as well. So for those couple of days, I ate pretty much the same meal, but it was really delicious and it kept me full while we were out. We went out on the boat one day and got to go out in the water there, and it was absolutely beautiful. So it goes to show you can go anywhere and do anything on Whole30. You just have to plan ahead for it. All right, the following day after I got back, I had some eggs, sausage, avocado, and tomatoes for breakfast. For lunch, I had some smoked brisket that my fiance made while I was away for the weekend, and oh my gosh, it was so good. So that was lunch with some broccoli and some more of that carrot mash. And then for dinner, I did chicken tenders in the air fryer with some roasted carrots and a little cucumber, onion, and tomato salad, just a little pickling on there. And for the last couple meals of this first 10 days, I actually got to pick some of my first tomatoes and my first pepper from my garden that I have in my backyard. So I made some homemade pico de gallo to serve on the side of 2 of these meals. So for breakfast, I had a fried egg with some of that pico, some avocado. I had 2 sausage links and some leftover fajita veggies from those kebabs way earlier in the week. Thankfully, they stayed good in the fridge and I used those up this morning. For lunch, I had some leftover chicken tenders from the night before on a salad. I'm using Tessemae's cilantro ranch dressing. I just topped it with the chicken tenders and some almond slices and the tomatoes. And last but certainly not least, some more things that my fiance smoked over the weekend. I've got some pork on top of some of that pico, some leftover cauliflower rice, and a little salad on the side with some more of that cilantro lime ranch dressing. So I was really excited to get to use some of the ingredients from my garden this week to incorporate into my meals. So let's talk about mood and feelings and how my body has felt during these first 10 days of Whole30, because it's kind of like an emotional roller coaster. The Whole30 website actually has this really great thing. I think they call it the Whole30 Timeline 2.0, if I'm remembering correctly. And it actually has a day-by-day kind of mood tracker of what's common to feel while you're doing a Whole30. Obviously, it's not the same for everyone, but for me, I find it does kind of fit what I feel during Whole30. So you can look at that and know what's common to expect on those days. So for me, I actually have I have a little diary app here on my phone, or a journal app, and I keep track of my moods and also my what I eat each day on the diary app. I put in here on my second day of Whole30 my mood: grumpy, irritable, headache, tired. Oof. I feel sorry for the people who are around me on day 2. Sorry. But the rest of my days, I've been pretty much in a good mood. I have found myself having a headache every once in a while. And when I have a headache, I ask myself, have I drank enough water? Most of the time, the answer is no. On day 6, my AC broke. And as I mentioned, I live here in the great state of Florida, and it was like 98 degrees outside, real feel of like 106, and it ended up being 95 degrees in my house while we were waiting for the AC repairman to come. He didn't end up getting to my house until after midnight when I called at noon. So that day was obviously incredibly frustrating. I was in a very bad mood that day just because we were really, really uncomfortable in the house. But also something exciting that happened on day 6. My fiance and I went to go look at our dream wedding venue, and that was really fun. So the good comes with the bad, and you know, there's highs and lows all the time. So on days about 8 and 9, I started to feel actually more bloated than when I started Whole30, which is pretty common. Thankfully, now that I'm on day like 10, 11, 12, I'm starting to lose that bloated feeling. To be honest though, I don't feel like I've lost any weight. My body doesn't really feel that much different yet, but I will say that I'm energized, I'm sleeping really well, my skin is starting to clear up a bit, and I am really loving the healthy foods I'm putting in my body. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that you have some inspiration from these first 10 days of Whole30 meals and maybe feel a little less alone in whatever moods you're feeling or however your body's reacting to this program. Make sure you stick with it. It's gonna be awesome in the end. You just have to keep going. If you liked what you saw today, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video, and you can hang out with me again next time. I'll see you later. Bye.